we have already made a great effort to establish integrated schools in which both secular and religious children would study. We discovered a very unfortunate fact. There are very, very few candidates for such a school, and if there are any candidates, they are secular. It's very difficult to find religious children willing to study in mixed schools. There are, but they are very few and far between. And the opposition, who were the first to oppose the integrated schools? The modern Orthodox or religious Zionist groups in the Knesset, and they were afraid that, God forbid, their children should learn something in those schools that would cause them to move from one group to another. And so the discussion on Judaism is in fact on a discussion on the intolerable splitting and splintering of Israeli society into so many different groups. The main thing that a large part of them said, and it was very interesting that it didn't come only from the circles of the Arab minority, but rather from the ultra-Orthodox community. They said, we don't feel that we belong. It's not ours. How can we create a common infrastructure that can be absorbed without fear among the secular circles, which, by the way, is hungry, I must say very hungry, to receive legitimacy, to approach Judaism in its own way. During my term as minister, there is no single religious group today that doesn't think that the most important thing for it is, first of all, to strengthen its inner circle, and secondly, to prevent access to others.
There are certain years where you shape, where you the character of our children, and at this stage, it is the correct thing to minimize the level of temptations. I'm not talking about 18-year-olds, but up to 18. I am tolerant to this wish of separation. I think we need an educational system which will conclude, whose graduate will say, I am proud to be Jewish. And they will give their own reasons. Ultra-Orthodox will give different reasons, and religious Zionists will give different reasons, and a secular student will be able to explain for 20 minutes why he is proud to be Jewish, even though he does not believe in God, or she. And I think that most of the religious Zionists understand that the Jewish character of the state is at stake, and once they understand that, they cannot avoid knowing that that you cannot put narrow political opinions into Jewish education.